Welcome to my channel. I have created this video on Terraform version 15. Please watch this video till end for complete information. Terraform 15 is now in general available for public use. Let us start what is new in Terraform 15. Terraform 15 extends value sensitivity to provider attributes. It allows provider developers to help protect values from being printed to the console. Terraform will redact these values whenever they appear. So here is an example, like you try to expose a primary key of a storage account, and this primary key is defined as a sensitive value in the provider's attribute. Then this will give an error and it will not expose it on the console, but it will be saved in the Terraform state file as a plain text. So to overcome that error, or to export that value, you have to define as sensitive to equals to true. So by this you can expose, or you can export the value of primary key which has an extended value sensitivity defined by the provider. So it extends the value sensitivity to the provider attributes. So if you want to see what is the value of primary key, then you have to use Terraform output with raw flag to expose or to see the value on console. But by default it won't show the sensitive values on the console. So you can use Terraform output raw primary key to see the primary key value on the console. This also ships with a new sensitive function and a matching non-sensitive function. So this also comes with a function. You can use sensitive or non-sensitive function to convert a value into a sensitive value. Like you want to change a password value into sensitive value, so you can use this function to convert a value into the sensitive value. So these new functions are introduced in Terraform version 15. Handling alias with Terraform version 15. Let me explain what is an alias first. Aliases are used for deploying resources with different configurations using the same provider. So for example, if you got two subscriptions and you want to deploy resources in two different subscriptions, so you need the same provider with different configurations to deploy resources in different subscriptions. So this is where you use alias to deploy resources with different configurations using the same provider. So in Terraform version 15, it support for the configuration aliases inside the provider block. So this is the required provider block which we learned in Terraform version 14. So this required provider block now has a new optional field for providers to indicate alias configuration names. In order to declare the configuration aliases, add the desired names to the configuration aliases arguments for the provider requirements. So this is how you can declare the aliases inside the required provider. This is an optional new field introduced in Terraform version 15. So there are more details. You can use this link and you can go through with this link how we can use the aliases. I will show you in the lab. Replaced list and map function. So now list and map functions are deprecated, and these functions have been replaced to list and to map. So list function has been replaced to list, and map function has been replaced with to map. And this is the new way or new format of writing the maps. So instead of writing, you have to use the curly brackets to declare this is a map, and to convert these values into map, you have to use to map function instead of map. In the same way, for list we use the square brackets. So you format it into the square bracket and use the function to list to convert into a list. It also introduced deprecated init command flags. So init command flags like verify plugin and get plugins. These has been non-functional since version 13, and these options are removed completely in version 15. Terraform version 15 also deprecated lock and lock timeout are no longer available in Terraform version 15. It helps to ensure that two concurrent Terraform processes do not try to run conflicting operations, but Terraform init does not interact with any providers in order to possibly effect such changes. So these options did not do anything in the Terraform init command before. So you can remove them from any automated calls, no change is required. So you can remove them from any automated calls with no change in behavior. So as these commands were of no use, so these have been deprecated in Terraform version 15. Commands accepting a configuration directory argument. This command causes the Terraform process to actually change its current working directory to the given directory before launching the subcommand. So version 15 no longer accept the configuration directories on any command except Terraform fmt. If your system depends on the .terraform directory being created in the real current working directory, then you can use environment variable tf-data-dir to declare the path of the Terraform directory. So this is an alternative way. If you have to change your structure, then you have to use this method instead of using the change directory flag. If your system uses .tf var file or .tf.json files, either implicitly found or explicitly selected in the current working directory, you must either move those variable files or specify your files using var file flag. Here you can use the var file flag to declare the path of the tf var files, as you can't use anymore these change directory flag. So instead of using this, you have to use the alternative method. If you are using a complex directory structure method, so you have to change your directory structure method to keep it simple. So these changes are introduced in Terraform version 15. Microsoft Windows terminal support. Microsoft Windows had a console window implementation with an API which is incompatible with the virtual terminal approach taken on all other platforms that Terraform supports. So Terraform version 15 no longer includes the terminal API translation layer. So if you need to keep the Terraform on an older version of Windows, there are two possible workarounds available in Terraform version 15. So run the Terraform command using the no color command line option to disable the terminal formatting sequences. This will cause the output to be unformatted plain text, but as a result will avoid the output being interspersed with uninterrupted terminal control sequences. Other alternative is you can use Terraform version 15 in various third-party virtual terminal implementations for older Windows versions. So you can use alternative terminal implementations. It can be Minty, Commander, or any other terminal implementations. So I'll give you a demo on this thing as well. Another deprecated destroy command options. So Terraform destroy command does not support force flag, so it is no more supported. So use auto approve instead of force. Here is a useful link for Terraform version 15 upgrade guide. I've created a complete course on Terraform which covers all versions of Terraform starting from version 11 to version 15. Please check my course on Udemy, and for discount code don't forget to watch free preview videos on Udemy course. Please go and watch the free preview videos for discount code.